Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button and join the family. Thank you. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to get your child a US passport from abroad if you're applying for a K1 visa. Now, if you're applying for a K1 visa and you have a child, there are two methods, there are two ways this can happen. If a child you have is with your US fiance, the person that is petitioning for your K1 visa right now, then the process is different from if the child you have right now is with an ex-spouse. If the child you have is with your current partner that is petitioning for you, that is a US citizen, the process that you'll be going through is called a Crba. And if the child you have is with your ex-spouse and then a US citizen has decided to sponsor that child to come with you to the United States, the process is a K2 visa. K2 visa itself, you have to apply for that at the same time that your K1 visa is being petitioned. That being the case, the main topic for this video is actually a Crba, that is getting your child a US passport. What is a Crba? A Crba is a report of birth abroad. It just simply means your fiancé is telling the US government that, look, I have a child outside the United States that is a US citizen, and then I'm transferring my citizenship, or I'm giving this child my citizenship. And what is the child going to get in this process? He's going to be getting a birth certificate and a US passport. A US birth certificate indicating birth abroad. The process of going through this is really simple, and it can be done at any time. You don't have to wait for your K1 visa to come out before you start this process, because there are two separate applications. So how do you go about this? Your spouse that is petitioning for your K1 visa, that is the US citizen, have to go to the US embassy website and go onto the US citizen portal that is provided, and then he's going to find a link that says a Crba report of birth abroad, and then he's going to click the link, and there are requirements for this process to be completed, and there are forms he has to download, fill out, and submit online. This process usually takes 3 to 6 months. For me, mine took less than 2 months from the application to getting the birth certificate and the passport. So it can be as short as 2 months, 3 months, or it can be more. It all depends on the backlog that they have, the country you are in, and if you have provided all the documents that they are asking for. If you've provided all the necessary documents they are asking for, then it shouldn't take any time. Now, have in mind that sometimes it will be required that your spouse that is outside the country be present for the interview, but it is not a must. If your spouse that is outside the country is not going to be present at the interview, there are forms he has to fill to tell them, I'm not going to be available for this interview, so therefore my fiance can bring my child. So your spouse will have to fill that form, then he doesn't have to be present for the interview. What does the interview entail? Nothing much really. You have to go with your child for this interview, and you have to go with the physical document that your spouse submitted online. When I talk about physical document, I don't mean that your spouse decided to scan this document and send to you. No, he has to sign the original documents, because his signature has to be on them, not a photocopy or a printout. So he has to use maybe a DHL or whatever means of delivery. He has to send those documents to you physically. Then you take it to the interview. And when you are going for the interview, they are going to ask you questions. If you have gone for your K1 visa interview, you should have in mind that they will also ask you some similar questions like that. and they'll ask you some questions about the child and some basic things that you will know. So that being said, at the end of this, they are going to give you a form or a paper telling you when you should go pick up your passport if you decide to do a pickup, or if you decide that this should be delivered to you, then you are going to pay a fee for it to be delivered to you. I decided to go pick up my form because I don't trust all these delivery people before they tell me my paper has got lost in transit. So I rather go and pick it up. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions about this process, please drop it in the comment section. I will try as much as possible to answer the question if I can, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Like I said before, I'm not an immigration lawyer. Every information I'm sharing right now is just from my experience, and I think that it should be useful to you also. So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Thank you. Bye.